Hello, this is Robyn. Welcome to my channel, Heart Guided Intuition. And here is a general reading for the weekend of Saturday, June 13th and Sunday, June 14th, 2020. So, I've pulled the cards and I have not looked at them. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and you're familiar with, you know, the way that I read the cards, which is I turn them over while I'm on camera. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad you found it. Okay, so I'm just going to take a few moments and look at the cards and see what Spirit's message is for everybody for the weekend. And a lot of extra cards jumped out, so it's interesting. Oh wow, I feel like there are like a lot of different messages here. Ooh, interesting. Okay, it feels like there's like a relationship. So far, I'm turning these over and like, there's a relationship issue here. There's a business issue. I feel like it's mostly a relationship. Ooh. Okay. Hang on. I'm just processing everything. There were so many extra cards. Yeah, there's going to be some kind of clarity in regard to a relationship and a conversation, I feel like. Okay. So, let's start looking at the cards. King of Cups, okay? Doesn't have to be a water sign, can be a water sign. King energy, someone who's in charge of things, makes decisions, makes really sound decisions. The King of Cups in particular. Saturn is to his back. I always look at that because the energy of Saturn, I'm not an astrologer, but I know a little bit that the energy of Saturn is really, he's the taskmaster, the one who makes sure we do everything by the book and, and make sure we do things properly and there are rules to be, abided by, and that, Saturn is difficult energy. It can be about learning karmic lessons. But this king, like, I love this card because he's got his back to Saturn. He's like, I don't need to pay attention to that, or I'm done learning my lessons. The King of Cups is related to water energy, so he tends to be someone who is, and I always say my readings are gender fluid, so even though this is a king, it could be a woman. Very independent energy, the one who's in charge of making decisions. And the King of Cups, very in touch with the emotions, makes decisions based on their heart, is very kind, loving, soft energy, very caring. Okay. And he's like, this tough stuff is behind him. He's not paying attention to it, or he's gotten through his karmic lessons. But this is someone who's in their sovereignty. And the fact that the King of Cups, who already comes from his heart, that's how he makes his decisions, in a very caring, loving way, in a way where he is fully in charge of his emotions and in touch with them at the same time. Okay, so this coming up with the card of unconditional love. This can also be like a very maternal love too, but it's a very feminine, sweet card of unconditional love. So he's coming up with this. And it's coming up with the color card of emerald. And yes, I know that my camera reverses things, but this is, look at this water. It's the King of Cups, this water here, and it makes sense. The water beneath him is green. Look at this. I love how the cards come together. It's almost like every time I do a reading, it's a story. It's like it's a storybook, right? So look at this. The water. And water is all about the emotions. And I see this green as very healing. It's the color of rich green leaves and forests and this beautiful, lush. A lot of people might associate this green with the heart chakra, but I don't really do heart. I don't really do chakra work. So emerald, calm your mind, body, and soul. But I just also see this as very healing. Being in touch with the emotions, letting the emotions be very present, feel what you're feeling, and do it in a way that is very healing. Okay. So that goes perfectly with these two. Okay. The King of Cups and that unconditional love card, and using that energy to help yourself heal. Okay. And it's also coming up with the Ace of Pentacles. So this can mean, now the Pentacles, can do with money, finances, anything in the physical world, but it can also mean health and well-being, new home. This is a new beginning. The aces are always a brand new beginning, a gift from the universe, a new understanding, a new home, new business, new opportunity in business, new opportunity, brand new, renewed health and well-being. But I feel like this is also, those last cards are about, the emotions and healing. Whereas this feels more like a business card because it's coming, not an actual business card, but a business related message, because it's coming up with you doing something that you uniquely do. This is for a mature person who is fully aware and fully accepts themselves and their unique gifts and abilities that they bring to the world. Okay? It's called the Fellow, and he's traveling. He's moving, somehow moving. It can be an actual move, or it can mean changing a position somewhere. Okay? But taking this new opportunity, looking for this new opportunity because of your awareness of who you are and what you have to bring to the world. You're moving on something, and boom, here comes the new opportunity. Okay, in regard to where you're living, what you're doing for a living, how you are in the world, a new opportunity. If you're a creative person, this can mean some project you're bringing into being, some opportunity to do what you love that is uniquely yours. Okay. And the Fairy Oracle card that's coming up is Secret Doorway, working with intuition, second sight opening, dimensional doorways. It's being able to see past present circumstances to kind of gaze into another reality, it's being able to see past what's in front of you, to use your intuition to guide you forward into something that hasn't yet manifested, but is manifesting. And it absolutely is coming to you this weekend. This is like a good weekend. So it's absolutely coming to you. You're able to be in touch with your intuition very strongly this weekend. And I feel like I'm looking at this next card that's coming up. The Six of Cups. Okay. This can mean siblings. It can mean a childhood issue, can mean children, a childhood issue that's coming up, something for you from your childhood. Feeling free, feeling happy like a child, working with children. It can also mean a soul connection. This can also mean, if this is a relationship, if some of you are involved in a relationship, because this card's coming up, and this card is like the Lovers in the tarot. Only this always, every time this card comes up, it means a relationship, a love relationship. So this means it's soulmate, very likely to be a soulmate, or some childhood issues, someone coming back from the past, someone, something from your past, from your childhood, emerging, okay? And you being in touch with that. And if it's a relationship, it's a relationship that feels like you've known this person forever. So it's a very strong connection, as if you guys were children, as if you guys have known each other since you're children. And this is coming up with the High Priestess is the next card, and she is very watery as well, very lunar, in touch with the moon. The High Priestess is the divine feminine, and she is fully in her divine feminine power to be in touch with her intuition. You know, very much like what this card was saying. Intuition, the fairy card, intuition, to be able to see your way forward, be able to look backward and forward. And I feel like this is also about connecting the dots between childhood and where you want to go, but not being in a place of stasis, being in a place of movement. There's a lot of movement this weekend, but I feel like there's a lot, I'm like seeing a lot of action and communication this weekend, and a lot of different things in different areas of your life, but connecting the past with the present and connecting the future with the present, with where you've been, where you want to go, what works for you, what you want to carry forward with you from the past. You know, being able to kind of shift your focus and use your intuition on what's come before, like this childhood card, how it's connecting to now, and moving forward in a way that you are using your full intuitive mastery. Okay, and she's hovering above the water, the watery realms, that is emotions, intuition, which goes perfectly along with the King of Cups. Only she is the divine feminine working in the moonlight. I want to show this card like close up. She is gorgeous. And I love this deck. I love how she is depicted in this deck. This is the Gilded Tarot. And she is just absolutely floating. She knows her power. And she is pure magic. She manifests based on what she intuits. And she manifests beautifully just from this higher place, which goes perfectly with this King of Cups and with this fellow knowing himself very well. Okay, and I always say my readings are gender fluid, so if I say he or she, it's just referring to the actual image but not the energy. So these energies might relate to you whatever gender you are. So being that fellow, being fully aware of yourself, being able to embrace this new opportunity through being in touch with your past, your present, your future, knowing where you came from, having a deep childhood connection with somebody or something, or having childhood issues or issues around children come up for you, and in a relationship, and being able to fully master it with your lunar side, with your divine feminine side. And there may be a little bit of anxiety and energy, but there's going to be an end to anxiety around a certain issue, because the Ganesha card's coming up. Be candid, okay? This is an important conversation that needs to take place around these issues that are coming up. And yes, I know that my camera sees things in reverse. The Ganesha card. Ganesha is the remover of obstacles, okay? And look at that card. Now he is working from this place of this throat chakra, which is, you know, this beautiful blue color, and being able to speak clearly from his heart, from his mind, being able to communicate with love, with compassion, and with truth, okay? Being able to speak your truth kindly, compassionately, and very, very, very clearly in order to end the anxiety around these situations. And this is the Sword of Truth, the Ace, another Ace, coming in the reading for the weekend. This is cutting out anything that is not necessary. And this is the sword of truth, communication. Some brand new truth might come to light around a relationship. Okay, this is peeling away the layers of an onion card. And it usually pertains to relationships. Okay. It also is creation something. But in this particular reading, especially because this card came up, this is relationships, okay? And this Ace of Swords is another gift from the universe and another new beginning. That other ace is a new beginning, the Ace of Pentacles that came up. But this Ace of Swords is like cutting out the BS, cutting out, anything that isn't true, anything that doesn't feel necessary or helpful, and getting to the heart of something and being able to, this goes perfectly along, be candid, is this card. These two cards are one and the same, and the Ganesha card is saying it. So it's kind of being echoed in here that in order to have your beautiful, use your mastery of your intuition to guide you through whatever relationship is coming up, and who you are uniquely in the world, and this new opportunity coming to you to do something you love, to be who you love, to change your physical surroundings in a way that more closely aligns with who you are and your values and what's important to you in your life, to being able to take that shift and make a move on something. It's going to be really important to speak your truth. Speak your truth. And it's coming. The conversation is coming. This conversation with others, a conversation and a clarity, a new clarity that's like a gift from the universe in knowing your way forward, knowing your place in a relationship, speaking your mind in a relationship, in your relationship with others. It can mean any kind of relationship, even though that card came up. And I do feel that a romantic relationship is probably very prominent for some of you watching this. It can mean any relationship. It's important to speak your truth and to cut through anything that doesn't feel necessary, and to kind of weed out. It's like weeding out a garden, taking out the weeds, to let the important things grow, to let the plants grow that you want to grow. That's just a little metaphor, okay? But cutting out what is not important, and have that conversation. Be candid, and be candid with yourself. If this doesn't feel like it's meant for you to have a conversation with someone else, at least be candid with yourself, so that when that new opportunity, you can more, quickly bring about this new opportunity, working on bringing that newness into your life, that new energy, that new health and well-being in all areas of your life, by being honest with yourself and speaking your mind and being in your full power with intuition and your inner knowing. So, and you will be cutting out that, this is a death card, but this is a lot of stress. You will be cutting out that stress, cutting it out, okay? And embracing yourself as the magical, intuitive being that you are. Yeah. Wow, what a weekend this is going to be. Good luck to you. Good luck. Have a beautiful weekend. Let me know if this resonates down below. Post a comment if you'd like to. I would love to hear from you. And please subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a great weekend. Peace, love, and blessings to all of you. Thank you.